World's 10 fastest luxury sports cars. What if a car could hit 300 miles per hour and cost more than a private jet? Welcome to Car World. Today we're counting down the 10 fastest luxury sports cars ever built. Hit subscribe, and after number 1, tell us in the comments which car shocked you most. Let's go. Number 10. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine spending $19 million on a single car. Not a collection, not a garage, one car. That's exactly what one lucky buyer did when they purchased the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, and honestly, they might have gotten a bargain. This isn't just the most expensive new car ever sold. It's a rolling sculpture that happens to have an 8-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine producing 1,500 horsepower. The top speed sits around 261 miles per hour, which might seem modest compared to what's coming later on this list. But here's what you need to understand. La Voiture Noire, which translates to the black car, wasn't built to break speed records. It was built to break necks as it rolls past. The entire body is handcrafted carbon fiber, finished in exposed black carbon that required months of polishing to achieve that deep, glossy finish. There are no visible seams. The front end features 6 tailpipes arranged like diamonds. The interior is pure luxury, with leather so soft it feels like butter, and every surface is either carbon fiber, leather, or brushed aluminum. But here's where it gets interesting. Only one exists. 1. This was Bugatti's 110th anniversary gift to the world, a modern interpretation of the legendary Type 57 SC Atlantic. The original Atlantic is one of the most valuable cars in existence, and La Voiture Noire carries that legacy forward. When you're behind the wheel, you're not just driving fast, you're driving history, artistry, and engineering excellence all wrapped into one $19 million package. And yeah, it's already sold, so unless you know who bought it and they're feeling generous, you'll never own one. Number 9. Bugatti Mistral. Bugatti looked at the convertible supercar market and said, "We're going to end this conversation permanently." That's exactly what the Mistral represents, the final chapter in Bugatti's legendary W16 engine story, and they decided to let it breathe with the wind rushing over your head at 260 plus miles per hour. The Mistral takes that same 1,600 horsepower quad turbo W16 engine from the Chiron Supersport and mounts it in a roadster body that looks like it was carved by the wind itself. The design is aggressive, purposeful, and unmistakably Bugatti. Those signature horseshoe grille, the C-shaped side profile, the X taillights that glow like embers. But let's talk about what it's like to actually drive this thing with the top down. Bugatti claims the Mistral is the fastest roadster ever created, and they're backing that up with serious engineering. The aerodynamics were completely reworked to handle open-top driving at insane speeds. Air flows over the cockpit using carefully designed ducts and surfaces that keep turbulence away from the passengers. You get all the drama of wind and sound without getting your face rearranged. Inside, it's pure opulence. Leather, aluminum, carbon fiber. Every surface is crafted with obsessive attention to detail. The seats hug you perfectly because at these speeds, you need support. And here's the kicker. Only 99 of these will ever be made, and every single one is already sold out. Each one costs around $5 million, and buyers got to work directly with Bugatti's customization team to make theirs unique. This is the ultimate goodbye to the W16 engine, and Bugatti made sure it's a goodbye nobody will forget. Number 8. Zenvo TSR-GT. Denmark isn't exactly the first country you think of when you hear hypercar, but Zenvo is here to change that perception with absolute violence. The TSR-GT is a road-legal version of their track monster, and it brings every ounce of that racing aggression to public streets. Under the hood sits a 5.8-liter twin-supercharged V8 engine cranking out 1,177 horsepower. Top speed is electronically limited to 202 miles per hour, which might seem low on this list, but trust me, this car isn't about straight-line bragging rights. It's about the corners. The TSR-GT features one of the most advanced active aerodynamic systems ever fitted to a road car. The rear wing doesn't just tilt up and down, it pivots on a central axis, creating what Zenvo calls centripetal wing technology. Basically, the wing angles itself into corners to generate downforce exactly where you need it, when you need it. The design is wild. Aggressive angles, massive air intakes, exposed carbon fiber everywhere. This isn't a subtle car. The doors swing upward like a proper supercar should. The interior is surprisingly luxurious given the car's track focus, with custom leather, Alcantara, and a digital display that gives you every vital piece of data. Here's where it gets exclusive. Zenvo only makes 5 cars per year, total. The TSR-GT is limited to just 15 examples worldwide, and each one is essentially hand-built in Denmark over several months. You can't just walk into a dealership and buy one. You have to be invited into Zenvo's world, and even then, you're looking at around $2 million. This is boutique hypercar manufacturing at its finest, and the TSR-GT proves that Denmark can absolutely hang with Italy, Germany, and France when it comes to building insane machines. Number 7. Bugatti Veyron. This is where modern hypercar history truly begins. Before the Veyron, the idea of a production car hitting 250 miles per hour seemed impossible. Bugatti didn't just prove it was possible. They made it repeatable, reliable, and wrapped it in a package you could actually drive to dinner. The Veyron debuted in 2005 and immediately shattered expectations. The original version packed an 8.0-liter W16 engine with 4 turbochargers, producing 1,001 horsepower. That number wasn't random. Bugatti specifically wanted to break the 1,000 horsepower barrier in a production car. Top speed hit 253 miles per hour, making it the fastest production car in the world at the time. But here's what made the Veyron special beyond the numbers. It was usable. You could drive it in traffic. The air conditioning worked. The ride was comfortable. It had a decent trunk. Bugatti spent years developing this car to ensure it wasn't just fast, it was livable. The engineering required to make this happen was absolutely insane. At top speed, the Veyron's tires would wear out in 15 minutes, but the fuel tank would empty in 12 minutes, so you'd run out of gas before you destroyed the tires. The brakes could bring the car from 250 miles per hour to a complete stop in under 10 seconds, using a combination of carbon ceramic discs and an air brake that deployed from the rear wing. And then Bugatti went even further. The Veyron Supersport pushed power to 1,200 horsepower and hit 267.8 miles per hour, reclaiming the top speed record and cementing Bugatti's dominance. Only 450 Veyrons were built across all variants, and prices started around $1.7 million. Today, clean examples sell for even more because collectors recognize this car as a turning point in automotive history. The Veyron proved that extreme speed and luxury could coexist, and every hypercar that came after owes something to this beast. Number 6. Hennessey Venom GT. Texas tuner John Hennessey looked at the Bugatti Veyron's top speed and said, "We can beat that in a garage." And somehow, against all logic, he actually did it. The Venom GT started life as a heavily modified Lotus Exige, but calling it a Lotus is like calling a rocket ship a bicycle. Hennessey ripped out everything and installed a 7.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 1,244 horsepower. The car weighed just 2,743 pounds, giving it a power-to-weight ratio that was absolutely obscene. In 2014, the Venom GT hit 270.49 miles per hour at the Kennedy Space Center, unofficially breaking the production car speed record. Now, there's controversy here. Guinness didn't recognize it as an official record because Hennessey only made 13 units, falling short of the required production numbers, and they only did 1 run instead of averaging 2 runs in opposite directions. But let's be real, the car still hit 270 miles per hour. The speed is the speed. What made the Venom GT terrifying was its rawness. This wasn't a refined, computer-controlled hypercar. It was violent, loud, and demanded absolute respect from the driver. The acceleration was brutal, 0 to 200 miles per hour in under 14 seconds. The interior was stripped down and track-focused, though buyers could option in some luxury touches if they wanted. Each Venom GT was essentially custom-built to order, with prices starting around $1.2 million. Hennessey proved that you didn't need a 100-year heritage or a massive factory to build a record-breaking car. You needed vision, engineering talent, and the courage to build something absolutely insane. The Venom GT is raw American muscle taken to its most extreme conclusion, and it earned its place in hypercar history. Number 5. Koenigsegg One-to-One. Christian von Koenigsegg had a simple goal with this car: create the world's first production car with a 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio, 1 horsepower per kilogram. And because he's a mad genius operating out of a former Swedish fighter jet hangar, he actually pulled it off. The One produces 1,360 horsepower and weighs 1,360 kilograms. That perfect ratio results in performance that defies physics. Top speed is estimated at 273 miles per hour, though Koenigsegg never had the opportunity to run a verified top speed test. What we do know is that the One-to-One set multiple track records and demonstrated capabilities that put it in a league of its own. The engine is a 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that Koenigsegg developed entirely in-house. The level of engineering here is staggering. Active aerodynamics adjust automatically based on speed and driving conditions. The rear wing can generate over 1,300 pounds of downforce at high speeds. The suspension uses active dampers that read the road surface and adjust hundreds of times per second. Inside, it's surprisingly luxurious for a car this focused. Carbon fiber everything, Alcantara, and a digital display system that's both functional and beautiful. But make no mistake, this is a track weapon that happens to be street legal. Only 711S were ever built, including one prototype. 6 customers paid around $2.8 million each for the privilege of owning one. Every single unit was spoken for before production even began. Koenigsegg has a cult following among hypercar enthusiasts because Christian and his team constantly push boundaries and deliver on impossible promises. The One-to-One represents peak internal combustion insanity, a monument to what's possible when engineering meets obsession. Number 4. Koenigsegg Agera RS. If the One-to-One was Koenigsegg's proof of concept, the Agera RS was them saying, "Now watch us actually set the records." And in November 2017, they did exactly that on a closed section of Nevada highway, absolutely destroying multiple world records in a single run. The Agera RS hit a verified 277.9 miles per hour, making it the fastest production car in the world at that time. But they didn't stop there. They also set records for 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers per hour in 36.44 seconds. That's 0 to 248 miles per hour and back to a complete stop in less than 37 seconds. The acceleration is so violent, it feels like reality is tearing apart around you. Power comes from a 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 1,160 horsepower on regular fuel or 1,360 horsepower on E85 biofuel. The entire car weighs just 3,075 pounds thanks to extensive use of carbon fiber and advanced materials. Koenigsegg's obsession with weight reduction means every component is optimized for strength and lightness. The design is stunning, low, wide, aggressive, but also elegant in a way that many hypercars aren't. The dihedral synchrohelix doors open upward and outward in a motion that's pure theater. Inside, the cabin is driver-focused with beautiful materials and Koenigsegg's signature minimalist approach to controls and displays. Only 25 Agera RS models were produced, and everyone sold for around $2.5 million. What makes this car legendary isn't just the top speed. It's the fact that Koenigsegg proved their car could achieve these numbers on public roads using pump gas, driven by their factory driver. This wasn't a stripped-out prototype on a perfect test track. This was a production car doing production car things at speeds that seemed impossible. Number 3. SSC Tuatara. Washington state-based SSC North America had been quiet for years after their Ultimate Aero briefly held the production car speed record in 2007. Then in 2020, they came back with a vengeance, claiming the Tuatara had hit 316 miles per hour on a public road in Nevada, absolutely demolishing the previous record. The controversy that followed was intense. Video evidence didn't match the claimed speeds. GPS data was questioned, and the automotive world erupted in debate. SSC eventually admitted the data was flawed and arranged another attempt. In January 2021, on the Kennedy Space Center runway, the Tuatara hit a verified 282.9 miles per hour in one direction, with an average of 279.7 miles per hour across 2 runs. Not the original claim, but still insanely fast and good enough to compete with the best. The Tuatara packs a 5.9-liter twin-turbo V8, designed and built in-house by Nelson Racing Engines, producing 1,750 horsepower on E85 fuel or 1,350 horsepower on regular gas. The design is dramatic and wind tunnel obsessed, with every surface shaped to cheat the air. The drag coefficient is just 0.279, incredibly low for a car with this much power. Inside, you get luxury befitting the $1.9 million price tag. Leather, carbon fiber, and a digital display that looks like it belongs in a fighter jet. SSC is building just 100 examples worldwide, and each one can be customized to the owner's exact specifications. The Tuatara proved that American manufacturers could compete with European hypercar royalty. Despite the controversy, this is a genuine 280-mile-per-hour production car built by a small team in Washington, and that's absolutely remarkable. Number 2. Koenigsegg CC850. Christian von Koenigsegg celebrated his company's 20th anniversary by creating something nobody expected, a modern hypercar with a manual transmission option. In an era where every manufacturer has abandoned the stick shift for faster dual-clutch gearboxes, Koenigsegg said, "Why not both?" and engineered a transmission that can switch between manual and automatic modes. The CC850 is a tribute to the CC8S, Koenigsegg's first production car, but with modern hypercar performance. The twin-turbo V8 produces 1,385 horsepower, and top speed is estimated around 280 miles per hour, though Koenigsegg hasn't published official figures yet. What makes this car special isn't just the speed, it's the experience. The Engage Shift System, or ESS, is pure engineering wizardry. In manual mode, you get a proper gated shifter with a third pedal, and you're physically connected to the car like a traditional manual. Flip a switch, and it becomes a seamless automatic with paddle shifters. It's the best of both worlds without compromise, something that shouldn't be possible, but Koenigsegg made it work. The design pays homage to the CC8S with retro-modern styling that's both nostalgic and futuristic. The wraparound windscreen, the roof scoop, the clean lines, everything references Koenigsegg's history while using cutting-edge materials and technology. Only 50 will be built, split between 20 US spec cars and 30 for the rest of the world. Prices reportedly exceed $3 million, and all 50 sold out almost immediately. The CC850 proves that even in the hypercar world, there's still room for driving purity and mechanical connection. Number 1. Devel Sixteen. Buckle up, because we need to talk about the most controversial, most insane, and potentially most fictional hypercar ever announced. The Devel Sixteen from Dubai supposedly packs a 12.3-liter V16 engine producing 5,007 horsepower with a claimed top speed of 347 miles per hour. Yes, you read that correctly. 5,000 horsepower, 347 miles per hour. The Devel 16 was first shown in 2013, and the automotive world collectively laughed it off as vaporware, a ridiculous concept with impossible claims and no substance. But then things got weird. Devel actually built a working V16 engine with dyno videos showing insane power numbers. They partnered with established engineering firms. They showed rolling prototypes. The car might actually exist in some form. The design is absolutely wild, aggressive, angular, covered in sharp edges and massive air intakes. It looks like a spaceship designed to intimidate other spaceships. The interior prototypes shown featured luxury materials and screens everywhere, though production specs remain unclear. Here's the reality check. Even if Devel built this engine and this car, no tire exists that can handle 347 miles per hour. The aerodynamics required for that speed would be insane. The fuel consumption would be measured in gallons per mile, not miles per gallon, and finding a place to actually test this thing would be nearly impossible. Devel claims 3 versions: a base model with 2,000 horsepower, a mid-level with 3,000, and the ultimate 5,000 horsepower monster. Prices supposedly range from $1.6 million to $2.2 million. Whether any customers have actually taken delivery remains a mystery. So is the Devel 16 real? Kind of. Is it the fastest car in the world? Probably not. Is it the most ambitious and audacious automotive project ever attempted? Absolutely, and that's why it deserves the #1 spot on this list. So there you have it, the fastest luxury machines ever built. Now tell me, which one's your dream car? Bugatti's elegance, Koenigsegg's innovation, or is the Devel 16 even real? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe to Car World, and stay tuned for more insane automotive stories. See you next time.